A mysterious letter of unknown origins has found its way to some adventurers. It doesn't have a return address, and it just seems to have appeared. As the adventurers open it up, it says, "Please join us for a dinner party at the Royan Manor on the day of Monsis 9th at 7 p.m. A carriage will arrive for your convenience at the inn at 6 p.m. It will be to your advantage to be present on this date, because a Mr. Condor will bring to your attention a certain confidential and painful financial liability. Please be obliged to the use of the pseudonym given for the entirety of this evening. A friend." This was a week ago, and now 2 adventurers meet at a dark crossroad. These 2 adventurers know each other. They are drawn back together on this night from the same letter. It had been a while since they had seen each other, since their last journey when they came to this small town of Royan. It was to slay some cultists that had been causing trouble in town. But ever since their major encounter with them, everything has gone quiet. The 2 adventurers decided to lay a little low to see if the cultists would spring back up again. But only this letter has appeared. It has called them to this place. As they meet up, they begin to catch up on events. It had been at least 3 weeks since they had last seen each other. Raj, who had been given the pseudonym Mr. Hawk, is a long successful vineyard owner in the land to the west, set sail to see the world beyond his country's borders. Rowan, given the pseudonym Mr. Crow, is a wild man from the forest of the east part of Rennes, who, in order to strengthen himself so that he may give back more to his tribe, left his simple forest to see what the greater continent had to offer him. They talk, and as time kind of draws on, they notice their third companion hasn't shown up. His name is Devarius, the charmer of the group, some would say. From the windy Renwood village, he would spin tales of adventure, adventurers slaying monsters, and of travels to dangerous places. But the world had gone quiet, and because of this, Devarius set out for adventure. But it seems as though Devarius wasn't here. Maybe he had gotten lost at a brothel, or maybe he drank too much last night and couldn't make it. But before worry could set in, the company was set upon by a carriage, just on time, just as the letter said. As the carriage pulls up, the doors open, and they hear a shaken voice come from within the carriage. Are you the guests?" The 2 adventurers give a confused look to each other. "Did you receive a letter?" They nod, and they get in. As they sit, the doors close, and the carriage heads into the forest. Riding through the forest, they find out that the carriage rider's pseudonym is Mr. Grouse, and he was sent to pick them up. In his letter, it stated that he would have to go and pick up some travelers in front of the inn by a crossroad. The driver then asked the 2 adventurers, have they been to Royan Manor? They respond no. And upon hearing that, the wagon comes to a sudden stop. The adventurers, on edge, wonder why they suddenly stopped. They pause and hear nothing for a while. They ready themselves, and they hear a voice. It was a woman whose carriage had broken down. She was in a red dress and had been invited into the wagon. After some awkward intros, they found out her pseudonym is Miss Sparrow. After they determined they all have received letters, and after a series of probing questions in the dark of the forest, a loud boom of thunder rattles the carriage. The carriage comes to a stop once again. Mr. Crow, or Rowan, asks why they have stopped. The driver responds, because we're here. And as they gaze out the window of the cart, they see the infamous Royan Manor.